smart spelling. J sound. This sound could be written using the letter J or the letter G, using the trigraph DGE or the digraph GE. These are commonly used, but the letter D could also be used for the J sound, but this is not so common. For example, gradual. Now let us see the presence of the J sound in a word. At the beginning, if you hear the J sound, then these two letters could be used. Also in the middle, these two letters could be used. Whereas the trigraph and digraph comes only at the end. J sound at the end of a word. The letter J is never used at the end of words. Also, soft G pronounced as J is never used at the end of words. So we have to make the choice between the trigraph or the digraph. For this we have a rule. When you hear the J sound at the end of the word, just check the letter before it. If you find a short vowel sound just before the J sound, then you use the trigraph. In all other places, at the end of a word, if you hear the J sound, use the digraph GE. J sound at the beginning of a word. At the beginning of a word, the trigraph and digraphs are never used for the J sound. So it should be the letter J or the letter G. We have a rule of the soft G and hard G. That is, if G is before the vowels E, I or Y, then G sounds like the letter J. So it has a soft sound J instead of the hard G sound G. So if J sound is before the vowels A, O or U, we use only the letter J. For J sound after other letters, there is no specific rule, so there is need to practice. So the same applies to the J sound in the middle of a word. The trigraph and digraph do not come in the middle of a word. So the choice is between the letter J or the letter G. Now this is the summary. We use the letter J at the beginning of a word for the J sound if it comes before the vowels A, O or U. This is a rule. For all other letters, we don't have a rule. So the same applies when J sound comes in the middle of a word. The letter J never comes at the end of a word, whereas the letter G, we do not have any specific rule, but we could say that it never comes at the end of a word for J sound. The trigraph J, DGE, comes only at the end of a word if the letter before it is a short vowel. The digraph GE comes only at the end of a word for the J sound. For all other sounds except a short vowel sound before it. So these are the points to remember. At the end of a word, first check the letter before the J sound. If the letter is a short vowel, then use the trigraph DGE for the J sound. For example, badge, pledge. Otherwise, use the digraph GE, revenge, bulge. At the beginning or in the middle of a word, check the letter after the J sound. If the letter is any of the vowels A, O or U, then use the letter J straight away. Otherwise, there are no specific rules to choose between the letter J or G for the J sound. If you have learned something new from this video, please like, share and subscribe. Knowledge shared is knowledge multiplied. Thank you.